Welcome, Tailgate Legends, to my free agent auction video. It's the first one I've done in a couple months. I did get my rookie rankings in, which I was very happy about. I know I've been pretty busy. Yesterday was actually my last day of school, so today is Monday the 22nd. Yesterday was my last day, so hopefully this year I think I'll have more time to make sure I'm doing a video, once a week like I was doing before. So yeah, no, I'm really excited to start doing these again a little more frequently. They are a lot of fun. So today's video, I am going to do a pre-free agent auction team ranking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rank everybody's team. I know everybody loves it when I do that. I'm going to rank everybody's team on a scale of 1 to 100, okay? So I'm going to do that, and it's just what does your team look like right now, 1 to 100, and then what I'm going to do a part 2, post-auction. I'm going to re-rank the teams. I'm going to see who got better, who maybe got worse. Hopefully you don't get worse. But who got better and who got the most better, which doesn't make sense. And that will help me identify who I believe did the best in the free agent auction. So this is going to be part 1. Yeah, so for the auction, I'm really excited. Going to have it here at my house. All I'm going to do is I'll grill up some brats, maybe something else. I'm not sure. I'm thinking just maybe brats, hot dogs. I don't know if we need hot dogs. But yeah, and then I'll get some condiments, pickles, tomatoes, ketchup, mustard, onions, relish. Yeah, just shit like that. So, yeah, if you want to bring a couple dollars, that's cool. If you want to bring a side dish, that's cool. If you just want to come and eat some food and not bring anything, that's cool too. Bring your own beer though. Okay, so I'm just gonna get her started. So the first team that I ranked, and I did go through and I spent an okay amount of time on this, so I hope my rankings are okay. Okay, so I got Whitey first. Whitey, I have ranked 70 out of 100. Was shit. Actually, what I was going to do is I was going to go through the team, then give you your ranking. So I'll do that for the rest of the teams. So you got Matt Stafford, no backup, but obviously we have the auction coming. So right now you got Stafford. That's a pretty good start. Stafford is good. Little banged up here and there, so that's always a cause for some concern, but didn't seem to be an issue last year, so we'll see. But and then running backs, you got Cam Akers, Kenneth Gainwell, and Mark Ingram. Cam Akers, who knows? That's really boom or bust. I think if he stays healthy, he'll be fine. And then Kenneth Gainwell, I guess reports out of camp are Kenneth Gainwell he's taking a lot of first team reps. Kenneth Gainwell might be really good this year. We'll see. But and then Mark Ingram, might be a serviceable player if Alvin Kamara gets suspended, which I don't think he's going to. We're already pretty close to the season for something like that to happen, so I think Kamara will be there. But Mark Ingram still should get a decent amount of work. Running backs, not terrible. I'd say barely above average, though. And then, what really sets you apart right now are your receivers. You're starting off going into this auction with Keenan Allen, Jamar Chase, and CeeDee Lamb. That's freaking awesome. You are not going to have any issue, you're not going to be able to make your receiving core better. You're going to be able to if you grab somebody like Kupp or Tyreek Hill or something like that. That'd be, obviously just ridiculous. I think maybe you're going to go after a running back. I don't know. We'll see. And then Donald Parham, reports are he looks pretty good with the Chargers, so he's pretty athletic. We'll see what happens there. Harrison Butker, Niners D, Ravens D. So I got you ranked 70 out of 100. I think that's a pretty good start. I think you got a pretty good start to your team. You only have 12 players, or 11 players now because you just cut Mike Gesicki. You only got 11 players, so you have a lot of room there to make your team even better. So, and you got a shit ton of cap space. But right now, I got you at 70. Good start, too. Okay, moving on. I got Lemish. Big difference here. Lemish I have Patrick Mahomes and Kyle Trask. So obviously you're off to a great start with Patrick Mahomes. I know you did just send a Facebook message saying that Patrick Mahomes is for sale right now. If I didn't have Kyler Murray, I would definitely look into that. But so you got Patrick Mahomes, great start, but then it's pretty much all downhill from there. Kylan Hill, who knows? Latavius Murray, not even on a team. Tony Pollard, they still got Zeke. I don't know how reliable Tony Pollard is going to be as your running back one, which I think right now he is your best running back. And then, shit, 1 second. Sorry, I just want to see. Yeah, so, and then Keyshawn Vaughn obviously sucks, but that's okay. Okay, so, shit, my bad, guys. Okay, so, and then receivers, you got Marquez Callaway, you got McCole Hardman, T.Y. Hilton, who's not on the team, Alan Lazard, could be good, could not be good, who knows, and then Josh Palmer looks okay. But, wide receivers got a lot of work to do there. And then tight ends, you got Hayden Hurst and Anthony Ferkser. A couple okay players, nothing too crazy there. I'd say your team is not great, but you do have $210 of cap room, so, that definitely helps. So your team is ranked 54. So I got Whitey at 70. I got Lemish 16 points lower at 54. I think that's pretty fair, but yeah. Okay, and then we're going to Landon. I am not one to run somebody else's team. I'm just saying this is a gut job. Like if this were somebody's house, I would blow it up with a stick of dynamite. I would just destroy it. I'd put a wrecking ball to it. Quarterbacks, you got Ryan Tannehill and Justin Fields. Not terrible. Both, I think. Jury's still out on Justin Fields. Ryan Tannehill has shown he's at least serviceable. We'll see with Justin Fields. Running backs. Mike Davis. Is he still on the Ravens? I don't even know if he's on a team. He's got him for $32. Ronald Jones. Being told he might not make the roster with KC. $34. James Robinson. Okay, you got James Robinson, but they got Travis Etienne coming back. James Robinson has an Achilles. Had an Achilles injury, $55. That's not great. And then Larry Roundtree looks to be at best a third string running back for the Chargers. That's not good. Running backs are just shit. And then you have for receivers, you got DJ Chark, not terrible. Devin Duvernay, terrible. Dez Fitzpatrick, not good. Deontay Johnson, that is a bright spot. That is probably the lone bright spot on this team. Rondale Moore, who knows? I mean, we're still trying to figure out if he's a legitimate player or just a gadget player. Anthony Schwartz, Traquan Smith, Emir Smith-Marset, being told he might be the 3 though, so we'll see on him. And then Tyler Higbee and Tommy Tremble, nothing to really write home about here. So your ranking out of 100, I have at 44, which does rank the lowest in the league. Well, you got Deontay Johnson. You need an entire running back core. You need a lot. You need a lot there. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. Next we have Yacht. God, Yacht's team is actually, it's better than I thought it was gonna be when I was going into it. Quarterbacks, you got Jalen Hurts and Zach Wilson. That's not even bad. Like Jalen Hurts is a pretty good fantasy quarterback. Zach Wilson, he's got wheels. I know he's out for at least a couple weeks. I don't know. And then running backs, you only got 3, but one of them is Nick Chubb. And then Jarek McKinnon looks like he might be serviceable as a flyer, as a flex player every now and again. And then Zach Moss sucks because James Cook and Devin Singletary are going to run that running game. But then, your bright spot, you have some good receivers. You have Amari Cooper, pretty good. When Deshaun Watson comes back, he's going to be a stud. Jamison Crowder looks like he's going to be the slot guy for the Bills when he's healthy. Terry McLaurin, okay, that's not bad at all. DK Metcalf, I mean, you got a pretty good receiving core, and then John Ross sucks, and then you got Travis Kelce. I mean, this is a pretty good team. Now, you only have, I think, $93, so you don't have that much money, but with $93, you can get a couple role players. Like, you don't need more than one okay receiver. You definitely need one more running back. But you get one more good running back, and you get lucky, being healthy. I think you can make a decent run. So, Yacht, I have you ranked 71. 71. So actually one higher than Whitey, which was very surprising. Yeah, very surprising, which I would rather have Jalen Hurts and Zach Wilson over Matt Stafford. I would rather have Nick Chubb over any of Whitey's running backs. And then the receivers, Yacht has good receivers. I would obviously rather have Whitey's, though. But then Travis Kelce. I'd rather have Travis Kelce. So right now I have Yacht's team ranked one higher than Whitey's, which was surprising to me. Okay, moving on. We got Lemke. And Lemke's got a pretty good team. God, I thought I remembered this team being better. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I forgot that you don't have the running back. You traded away Nick Chubb. So that's kind of where my perspective was coming from. So, okay, so Lemke, I got Dak and Tua Tagovailoa, pretty good quarterbacks. I would take those two all day. And then running backs, you got DeAndre Swift and Chuba Hubbard. Now, DeAndre Swift, he's being drafted as a RB1. He's probably a low-end RB1, high-end RB2. Big reason for that is the Lions' offense just isn't that good. Jamal Williams does get, a decent amount of work, probably 30% of the work. I don't know, just enough. And then you got Chuba Hubbard. I don't know if Chuba's going to get anything. They got Deontay Foreman there backing up Christian McCaffrey. So I don't know how much Chuba Hubbard is really, how much work he's going to get. And then receivers, obviously really, really good here. Rashad Bateman, jury's still out, but I think Rashad Bateman's going to be fine. I think he's going to be really good. Stephon Diggs, stud. Mike Evans, stud. Van Jefferson, I think, is a pretty sneaky player this year. I actually like Van Jefferson. And then Kadarius Toney could go either way. Kadarius Toney could be completely irrelevant or could be just the breakout player of the century. And those are his only two outcomes. And then Noah Fant, which I actually, Noah Fant's not bad. He's decent. So Lemke, I was surprised. I have you ranked 70. So actually the same as Whitey and one behind Yacht, which is weird, I guess. And I don't know. I guess I don't know. I did all of these teams. I did one by one. I actually ranked every position, then averaged the positions, but I didn't include kickers and defenses. So that's how I kind of went about this. So I think what really sets Yacht's team apart here is Travis Kelce. That's what I think. He got a pretty high grade at his tight end, which, he should. He's got Travis Kelce. So that's why Yacht is one grade, 1 point higher than Whitey and Lemke. Okay, so now we're on to Roofer. Roofer has a very good team. I got Josh Allen and Mac Jones. I ranked his quarterback group higher than any other group, and I believe rightfully so. Josh Allen is number one in fantasy football and number one in everybody's hearts, except for mine, because he has cost me $100 because I'm an idiot. So Josh Allen, Mac Jones, awesome. Running backs are not that good, but he's got J.K. Dobbins and Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is still a good running back. The Raiders just cut Kenyon Drake. They have Zamir White, but Josh Jacobs is good. And then J.K. Dobbins, he's off the pup. J.K. Dobbins is going to be good. So you're starting two good running backs already. But then what sets you apart here is Devontae Adams, T. Higgins, Christian Kirk, DJ Moore, and Jalen Waddle. I believe this is the best wide receiver group in the entire league. So I think Roofer has the best quarterbacks, and the best wide receiver core right now. And he has Hunter Henry and TJ Hawkinson. So, I think he has probably a top 3 tight end group too. So as I'm going through this, I'm like, man, it's really hard for me to say that, Roofer's team is worse than any team in this league, including mine. But when it was all said and done and it was all played out, I had him ranked as an 81. 81. So far, number one team in the league, but we haven't gone through them all yet. But yeah, Roofer, 81, great team, great starting team. Next, we have Boggs. Quarterbacks, he's rolling out Trevor Lawrence and Aaron Rodgers / Jordan Love. After the first preseason game, I thought Jordan Love looked like shit because he did look like shit. And then last game, he looked a little bit better. The stat sheet, didn't really, I don't think really showed what Jordan Love actually did, but that's enough about Jordan Love. Aaron Rodgers, back-to-back MVPs. No receivers, though. Like, he lost out Devontae Adams. I think he'll still make it work. But then Trevor Lawrence, who knows what's going to happen with Trevor Lawrence here? It's hard to say. He might be really good. He might not. But then running backs, you got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Antonio Gibson, and Breece Hall. Man, Antonio Gibson's stock is plummeting. Like, bro, holy fuck. I hope this is just like some preseason bullshit that Antonio Gibson is going through, and I hope it's not real. I hope he doesn't lose that job. But it sounds like Antonio Gibson is not doing well right now. And then Clyde Edwards-Helaire, kind of the same thing, but not on the Antonio Gibson level. But, dude, they're saying that the Chiefs might roster 4 running backs. What the fuck? So I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I mean, you have vacated targets because Tyreek Hill is gone. But you got Juju here. You got MVS there. I don't know. Clyde hasn't been that great so far. And then you got Breece Hall. I mean, Breece Hall could be really good and he could be average. I don't think there's a world where Breece Hall is just shit. I don't think that world exists. I think he's either average or really good. So, running backs are iffy. But then, receivers, you got A.J. Brown, Paris Campbell, Randall Cobb, Nico Collins, Brandon Cooks. I love Brandon Cooks. Brian Edwards could be sneaky. I don't know. Amari Rodgers sucks. And MVS, who knows? So you got pretty good receivers, though. A.J. Brown, Brandon Cooks, MVS. Those are three decent receivers. And then you got Zach Ertz and Irv Smith. I like both of those tight ends. Boggs, you got ranked 72. Huh. Yeah, which, you got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Breece Hall, Antonio Gibson. I don't know what's going on with that, but, good running backs, good receivers, good tight ends. I don't think you're really great at any position, but I don't think you're bad at any position either. So you get a 72, pretty modest. Next, we have Sam and Weiler and Brady. Okay, here we go. Quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson and Jameis Winston. Very, very, very good. I think anybody would be happy with those two. And then running backs, you got Austin Eckler, Darrington Evans, which Khalil Herbert just got carted off the other day. So Darrington Evans might be just the backup. Melvin Gordon still should be good. Najee Harris and Elijah Mitchell. Oh, yeah. Those are some good fucking running backs. When you're looking at, you're riding Austin Eckler and Najee Harris and Elijah Mitchell for sure. And all three of those guys are workhorse backs. Austin Eckler might not get might not get a ton of running work, but he gets enough running work and enough receiving work. Same with Najee Harris. Same with Elijah Mitchell. So, goddamn, that's good. And then receivers, Tutu Atwell, nah. Russell Gage, I heard he went down today. I think I heard that. I don't know. Yeah. Terrace Marshall and Jacoby Myers. I like Jacoby Myers. Denzel Mims sucks. Michael Pittman. Everybody knows how much I love Michael Pittman. Jalen Rager, Allen Robinson. I actually like Allen Robinson too. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, those are damn good receivers. And then at tight end, you got Taysom Hill, Darren Waller, and Gerald Everett, which is also awesome. So great freaking squad here. Sam Weiler, Brady, like always rolling out good teams. I have you guys ranked tied with Roofer, 81. Yeah. And I swear, I didn't try to tie them. I averaged out all the positions. I ranked every position. I averaged it out. And these are the numbers that I'm coming up with. So that's kind of just winging it here. But yeah, Sam Weiler, 81, tied with Roofer so far for number 1. Next, we got Bernsey. Burns. Okay, so quarterback, you got Justin Herbert, which is awesome. I know I ranked him really high, but he's only got Justin Herbert. He doesn't have a backup, which is fine. But then, running backs, you got Dalvin Cook, A+. Travis Etienne. I know I'm on the fence, but I'd be excited about Travis Etienne if I were Burns. And then Rashad Penny. I mean, if he stays healthy, he's gonna be a monster. It's Ken Walker is out with he had hernia surgery, something like that. So who knows when he's gonna be back? Should be early, but you never know. And then Ramondre Stevenson. He's gonna be splitting work with Damian Harris, and others. But Ramondre Stevenson he's a home run hitter, so very, very viable fantasy option. So great quarterback, great running backs. Receivers, you got Gabe Davis, who I traded away. Still not I was pretty drunk when I did that, but I'm like, and I know I shouldn't have done that because now my receivers are a little decimated. But yeah, and then KJ Hamler, could be really, really good with Russ there now. Tyler Lockett, I still love Tyler Lockett. Elijah Moore has as much potential as anybody. Deebo Samuel, who was the wide receiver 2 last year, and people are all of a sudden just fuck that guy. And then Laviska Shenault, really, really, really good receivers. And then obviously Kyle Pitts and Cole Kmet, great tight ends. I think between me, Burns, and Roofer, I think we probably have the best 3 tight end groups. I'd probably give the best tight end group to Burns. I mean, Kyle Pitts and Cole Kmet, it is tough to beat that. But yeah, Burns, I have you ranked 80. So one behind Sam Weiler and then Roofer's team. Sam Weiler, Brady, and then Roofer's team. So ranked 80. So obviously still really, really good. All right, and then we have Evan Scher. All right, quarterback, you got Matt Ryan. Yeah, he's okay. I mean, probably still really good regular or real NFL quarterback. For fantasy, who knows? Running backs, you have Michael Carter, Chase Edmonds, Devontae Freeman, Phillip Lindsay, J.D. McKissick, Sony Michel, and Jamal Williams. You have 7 running backs that are very expensive. That's a very expensive running back group. And then receivers, you got Diami Brown, Jarvis Landry, who's okay, Calvin Ridley, who's suspended the whole year, Sterling Shepard, and then Cortland Sutton. So, yeah, got Cortland Sutton. And Jarvis Landry. I've heard good things about Jarvis Landry, too. And then you have no tight end. So it was really hard for me to, really rank this team without being able to average any tight ends in. But I just ranked the 3 that he had, and then I gave him a below, pretty much like a D+ for tight end is what I ended up doing. But Evan, it doesn't matter because Evan's team is ranked 53, and honestly, that tight end position probably wasn't going to help or hurt anyway. 53, which is the second lowest, one 9 points ahead of Landon and 1 point behind Lemish. So, yeah, Evan, you got some work to do. But you do have $130 right now to do it. So we'll see. Okay, and then, we got me. Okay. Obviously, ranking my team is very tough because it's my team and I, like all my players. So, yeah. So what I did was, I got Kyler Murray. I did rank my team the same as I would any other team. I got Kyler Murray, who I love, but I only had him ranked like the fourth highest quarterback group because it's just him. But then my running backs, I have A.J. Dillon, Derrick Henry, Naheem Hines, Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams, and Jeff Wilson. And I'm hearing Jeff Wilson is the backup to Elijah Mitchell, which is pretty cool. So I did rank my running backs pretty high. And then receivers, I do have Justin Jefferson, DeAndre Hopkins, Darnell Mooney, and Brandon Ayuk. So I ranked them like the equivalent of like a B minus, but then my tight ends, I have Mark Andrews and Pat Freiermuth, and I love both of them. So I ended up with the same exact rating as Roofer and then Sam Weiler, 81. So that's where I ended up for me. That's where I legitimately ended up. I know I'm tied for, the best team, but I think I do have a good team. But yeah, so I got me tied with Roofer's team and then Sam Weiler, Brady's team. And then last but not least is Prusky. Prusky got good quarterbacks, Joe Burrow and Trey Lance. Trey Lance is the starter now, so great quarterbacks. Running backs, you got Saquon Barkley, and that's pretty much it. Saquon Barkley, Giovanni Bernard, Devontae Booker, Chris Evans, Boston Scott, Trey Sermon. You have no viable running back other than Saquon Barkley. And that is legit. That's just legit. So I did not rank your running backs super high, but you do have Saquon, so they weren't the lowest. And then receivers, though, you have Quintez Cephas, but you got Chase Claypool, Dwayne Eskridge, Chris Godwin, Jerry Jeudy, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and Devontae Smith. So I did rank your receivers, above average, probably like the equivalent of like a B. And then tight ends, I ranked above average. You got Dallas Goedert and Jonnu Smith, who I do like. So pretty solid team. You got ranked as a 73, which, yeah, I feel like that is really high now that I'm looking at your team again. But yeah, I mean, you have Chris Godwin and Jerry Jeudy and Chase Claypool and Devontae Smith. I mean, dude, your receivers are really good. Your tight ends are pretty good. Your quarterbacks are good, but your running backs I put them like pretty much average, like the equivalent of a C, because you got Saquon. So just kind of running through it. The number one ranked team was a tie, three-way tie. Me, Roofer, and then Sam Weiler. Number 4 is Burns. Number 5 is Prusky, which still seems crazy. 6 is Boggs at a 72. 7 is Yacht at a 71. 8 is Lemke at a 70. 9 is Whitey at a 70. Well, so 8 and 8. 10 is Lemish. 11 is Evan. And 12 is Landon. That's what I got. Yep, that's all I got. I'm really excited for the auction. Have everybody over. Have some drinks, draft some players. Make mistakes. We're going to talk about this whole Prusky debacle too on Saturday. I'm just going to kind of let the group hash it out and figure things out. I think that'll just be the best way to kind of solve it. So, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys Saturday.